we all look the same. That's the reason, that's the purpose. I sent out an email to some of my coworkers, my peers, and I asked for stories. And I received a story from an anonymous Caucasian employee that I would like to read for you now. I need my glasses. I almost tried to read without it. I thought I was 20, tripping. It was Tuesday evening, 2 days before Thanksgiving. My wife and I had decided to call it quits after I had gotten sick and was no longer able to work. She had fulfilled a promise she made via a text to get me out of the house. She emptied my bank account. I had $40 to my name until I bought a foot-long sub that I rationed out for 4 days and provided me with 2 trash bags full of clothes, a blanket, and my favorite pillow. 2 years earlier, I had gotten very sick and was no longer able to work. So there I was in my car with $34 in my checking account, sleeping in my car in 17-degree weather. I had nowhere to go, and all my family was out of state. I remember I kept waking up to see my car engulfed in ice as I kept starting it for brief periods to get warm enough to fall back asleep. For the first time in my life, I was helpless, hopeless, and left wondering, why would I even go on breathing? In desperation, I had several acquaintances who were successful in their jobs and established in their neighborhoods. And having visited their 3,000 square foot homes, seeing their unused basements and extra garage space, I took a picture of myself in my plight, and in an act of desperation, shared my plight on Facebook, good old Facebook, hoping and truly believing that somehow I knew would give me a warm place to stay. 12 hours passed, and in the light of a new day brought no hope for me until I received a message from a friend who had no room in his small apartment but had a place for me to stay. It has no running water or heat, but it has electricity and a bed, and I will bring a portable heater so you can stay warm. Finally, a helping hand. My friend Eugene, Gino, as he was called, had seen my plight, and he was the only hand that reached down to help me. Gino didn't have very much in this world, but at that moment, he had so much more than what I had and was so willing to help a friend. I was truly disappointed in the rest of my friends, the well-off whites, as I would later refer to them. I, of course, forgave them, and they are still my friends, but one of my few black friends will always hold a special place in my heart. He has become an inspiration to me as a person, and I will never forget his kindness, his heart, his sacrifice to a nobody like me. Without him, I might not even be here, but because of him, I am a new person, full of hope, full of a willingness to help others, and I can look forward to the future once again. Gino, you are my brother, and I love you. Now again, this story came from a Caucasian white male. He told me a white male, he said I could call him white. So I'm calling him white. Hey, Whitey. So, but the point of that story, when we are not threatened by each other, we can reach out and we can help each other. We can get rid of our unconscious biases that go out the window. Because again, underneath, we all look alike. That's the purpose. That's why we did this. We're going to do it again, annually. But the Inclusive Committee just wanted to share some of our time, some of our stories, some of our music, some of our words with you. Oh, and we have peach cobbler and sweet tea. made by our own Angela, our chef. But in conclusion, I want to thank Gail. Thank you for your vision and bringing inclusivity into the workplace. I thank Sandra Miller for extending the invitation to all of us to be a part of the inclusive committee. And again, if you want to be a part of it, or if you just have an idea you want to share and that we can bring to life your dream, we want to help bring your dreams come true. We'd rather have you be part of your dream. But if you want to, again, we have the sign-up sheet right over there. We encourage everyone to get involved. We want to thank our guest musicians. Michael Williams, our pianist. He's a bad brother. We thank Esther Paris, my sister from another mother. And we like to thank the two lovebirds, Michael and Ashley Banks. Thank you for coming out and sharing our program with us. I'd like to thank our inclusive committee. Without their hard work and dedication, this would not be possible. Thank you. We thank Lorette. Thank you, Anthony. Thank you, Jim Miller, for your story. Again, it talks about the unconscious biases, and I appreciate you sharing it. You the man! I thank Myra Neely, the baddest sax player I know. But most of all, we thank you, our employees. We thank you for your dedication. We thank you for making this somewhat of a diverse workplace. I'm sorry I had to throw that in. We need more diversity, but thank you. This is just the beginning of us recognizing our cultures. Yes, I'm sorry. Thank you, Myron. I'd like to thank Matthew Paris. He had to depart early. He was the choir director. Thank you. But this is the first of many programs that we're going to be providing. And the next event will be Bring Your Child to Work Day in April. So look for more information coming soon. Again, we have peach cobbler and sweet tea in the back. Enjoy, and thank you for sharing this time with us. Peace. Oh, we thank the sound man. Thank you, John. Appreciate it. Thank you. All right. Thank you.